Hello. Hi, ladies. I'm here. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Finding Fulfillment After 40 and the third of a 3-day series that I've been doing on highly sensitive people. Welcome, whoever is here. I'm popping on. Hi, Melinda. So great to have you. Well, I'm excited to be sharing this topic with you. This 3 days has been really something. It's been amazing. If you haven't listened to the first two, I really encourage you to do that, because on the first day, we talked about what it means to be a highly sensitive person, what that looks like. How do we experience our sensitivity in our physical bodies, in our emotions, in our minds, in the environment? And that was our starting point. And the second day, I talked about how to thrive as a sensitive person, how to take care of yourself and know that your needs are different than the rest of the world, and what it is that you can incorporate into your life to really help you as a sensitive person to feel at peace, to feel calm, to feel energy, to feel really grounded. And today I want to talk about the superpowers that we have as highly sensitive people. We really do have some amazing gifts and abilities as highly sensitive people. And we often, as highly sensitive people, do not give ourselves enough credit for these amazing gifts that we have. Now, before I get into this, I just wanted to share again why it is I'm doing this series in the Finding Fulfillment After 40 group. Why am I talking about being a highly sensitive person? Well, it's who I am. And I have shifted my focus in this group in the last few months to finding fulfillment within, not without. And that has been a journey I was on last year of really letting go of everything in my life that I had looked to fulfill me. And I really went within and found that I was enough, that I was valuable, that I was a worthwhile person as I was, without any attachments. And part of that discovery was how sensitive I am. And the process of finding fulfillment within has also included for me accepting and loving and embracing that sensitive part of myself. I've shared a little bit over the last couple of days how about 4 years ago, when I went through coach training, being too sensitive was my gremlin. That was the thing that I thought was the worst thing about me. So I have come quite a ways in the last 4 years from just even acknowledging that that's the thing that I think is the worst thing about myself, to actually coming to the place of acceptance of it. And now seeing the positives of it and bringing those into the world and into my coaching practice. These are gifts that I've always had, but I've just never given them enough credit. And it's a journey. I'm just telling you, ladies, it's a journey to get to this place. So wherever you're at in the process, whether you're just finding out, oh my gosh, maybe I'm a sensitive person. And then if you're at that place where you know you are, but you're struggling with accepting it about yourself because you're judging yourself. And it's understandable to do that because the world doesn't value us as sensitive people. It's not set up for sensitive people. And a lot of us have been told we're too sensitive. A lot of us were shamed for being the way we are. And now I want to share what our superpowers are, because this is really, we have some amazing gifts that we bring that not everybody can bring. And without us, the world would not be the way it is. I've heard someone describe that if you think of like tribal cultures or, ancient cultures where they had the priests or the priestesses or the healers, They were the ones that were bringing the wisdom to the clan. They were the ones that were bringing the healing to the people. And they were often off by themselves. They needed a lot of downtime to recuperate. But without their wisdom and without their guidance, their tribes would not have flourished in the way they were. They weren't the ones going out and attacking and getting food for everybody and, being at war with people. Thank goodness there were those people that did that. And we've still got those people. But then there's those of us who bring the wisdom, that bring the spiritual guidance, that bring the healing, that bring the coaching, that bring the encouragement. Those are the sensitive folks. And so let me start off with my top 10. There's a lot more than just this, but I decided to come up with 10 that I could really resonate and feel are amazing superpowers. So the first of those is our empathy. Okay? We as sensitive people are empathic. And not everybody can do this. Okay? We can feel what other people feel. We can be there for people in a way that other people can't. We can really empathize and care and love and validate. People feel safe with us and they want to share. We're the place where people can feel safe and let down their guard and really be their true self and be loved and accepted, which is a human need that we all have. And we're the ones that usually can provide that in a really meaningful way to people. So our empathy is our first superpower, I would say. The second would be our intuition. This is something I didn't always know that I had, but the more I explore it, I see how intuitive I am. I see it in my coaching. When I'm coaching someone, I seem to just know what's the next question to ask? What's the next thing? It's like I get that hunch, I get that feeling, I get that inner knowing of knowing where to guide someone, right? Those of us that are intuitives, and we, as sensitive people, there's a scale of this. So some are extremely intuitive where they can know what's happening before it's going to happen. They can have dreams or visions or feelings that something's going to happen and it's happening or it happens. They can know or anticipate the future. They can feel or know the answer to a problem. They're great problem solvers. They just seem to know intuitively how to fix it. So that intuition, that guidance, that connection to our inner knowing is more powerful, I would say, than a lot of people. They're just not in touch with that. And I think that all people have this. It's just that as sensitive people, we go to it much more. And that's what, when we do, it really serves others. The third superpower we have is just how creative and artistic we are. Normally, it's very normal for highly sensitive people to be artists, musicians, writers, good at crafts, sewing. Because we can access our right brain, we can use fine motor skills. And we're really good at that. So my son is a great drummer and he's got a lot of sensitivity. People that are painters. I've gotten into crochet, anything with your hands. But this would also be expressive arts like dance or music or anything like that. So these are things that we bring to the world that bring so much beauty to the world. Just think if all the sensitive people weren't around, how much less music and art and drama and all the beauty that we have in our world. So much of it has been created by sensitive people. Another superpower, I would say, is just our ability to build people up, encourage people, inspire them to be their very best. We are the natural coaches, healers, therapists, teachers. We are the ones that are building up society, not tearing it down. We are the ones that are inspiring people to be their best. We're the ones that are spiritual leaders. That is our our fourth superpower I've come up with, is just how inspiring we are and encouraging and building we are to people. A fifth superpower is that we are like lie detectors, okay? Or maybe we want to call it truth detector. We have such an amazing sense of seeing the truth in people. We can see right into what is going on. And if they're BSing us or they're faking, we can pick that up just like that. I mean, we get it. We know there's something else going on underneath that false layer that they're putting on top of themselves. We see it. We are so in tune with other people. We know the truth about them. And this is one of the things that really assists me in my coaching, because when I'm working with someone, I can see the root of what is going on with them. I can know that they're unhappy, know that they're depressed, know that they're stressed out, and know what the cause of that is and what it is that they're telling themselves that's not true. All the time as human beings, we're using protective things to keep us protected in the world, but us as sensitive people, we see right through that. We know what the truth is about other people. So how powerful is that superpower? So that was number 5. Number 6, I've got that we are givers. And when we are in a relationship, we don't go just halfway. We give 110% to people and to our relationships. We love fully. We're there for people. We give. And those are the people that are close to us. But even people just out in the world that we don't know, we're nice to people. We do nice things for other people. We go out of our way for people. You know, we're in the grocery store and we let the next person go in front of us, or we give them our cart, or, you know, we pick up trash when nobody else is looking. I mean, we're always doing something nice for someone else, and we're creating harmony and joy. Just think if there weren't any sensitive people in the world, what this world would be like. It would be so much harsher. Our next superpower I've got listed is that we're conscientious. We are acutely aware of other people around us, and we're so considerate. These kind of blend together, as you can kind of see, but the conscientious part of us wants to do a good job. I mean, we don't want to just do a half-assed job. When we do something, we do it full out. Even when other people aren't looking, you know, we always do our best. And we also have a hard time when other people aren't that way. We don't get it. It's like, well, why wouldn't you do your best at whatever you're doing, you know? So the conscientiousness. I mean, we make great employees and great workers. We're always getting praised for how reliable we are, how we show up. We do a great job. We do a lot of work, and also we do quality work. So that's that conscientiousness. The next one is attention to detail. Okay? Wow, being detail oriented. I have seen that a lot in my life. I'm the one that notices everything. Sometimes it's annoying to my family. But without those things would, I mean, just think like if you didn't have a sensitive person in your house and something was not working, you know, you could have a problem last for a really long time. I know a family who had their gas turned on for like years, like a small leak in their family home, and they didn't know that, but there was a sensitive person in their family that said, something's not right here, we got to get this figured out, this is not right. You know, the fact that we are sensitive to things like that we would get a headache or we would have a physical thing, without that, other people wouldn't know that there's a problem per se, and we're able to fix something. Those small details that we notice are of vital help to organizations, families, communities, and we're the ones that notice when things aren't right, and because of that, it serves the whole. Okay, now I'm on to number 9, and that is that we are reflective. What this means is that we have such a high level of self-awareness, and we reflect and think deeply about things in life. And we're able to, because of that, see the meaning behind things, we have so much insight and understanding. We can like piece things together and make sense of things because we see what's really going on. We have such an ability, like one of the things that I know that I'm good at and other sensitive people I think are, is that we can absorb information and then really use that and integrate that into our life. One thing is like personality tests for me. I am really good at memorizing the details about that. And then I can spot someone and I can like put it together and go, oh, yep, I think that's who they are. You know, we're really good at just piecing things together, making sense of things. And all that insight and understanding brings a lot of the ability for people to have their own self-awareness and their own insight. When we bring that to others, it up-levels everyone around us. And the 10th one I have is that we make the world a better place. I mean, don't you think so with everything I've said already? But one of the things I know that we do is that we fight for injustice. We are the ones that see the problems in the world and we do something about it. It's not okay for us to see the problems that we see in society. And without sensitive people, I think we would just go on as a society, maybe hurting each other more and more or destroying our environment or each other. And it's the sensitive people that are saying, hey, wait a second, we got to do something about this, right? Thank God for sensitive people. Aren't you feeling that? So I hope in sharing these things, you're starting to see the sensitive parts of you that are amazing. And, you know, we take these things for granted. When I read this list, I go, well, yeah, of course, that's who I am. No big deal. But I think it's really good for us to think about what if we weren't in the world, what the world would be like if we weren't in it. This is important stuff. There's a reason we're here. We are not a mistake. It's important that we're in society. And I think like I shared at the beginning of this, the journey that I have been on has been to stop rejecting or denying the sensitive part of me. And it's understandable that many of us do that because we were shamed for who we were growing up. We were told we shouldn't be like that. The society's not like that. But we have to be our own advocates, ladies. And when we get with other sensitive people, there's a lot of validation in that. Being in a sensitive community is also really helpful. But as we start to see that we are not alone, we are not the only ones, and there's a reason that we're here, and we start to accept that, and we begin to embrace who we are and see it as positive, it can bring so much more self-love and empowerment to our lives. This is the journey that I've been on, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. I feel like really knowing and embracing who I am has been so key to me feeling fulfilled inside. Because then I don't really need anything else. I take myself with me, right? So wherever I go, if I love me, I'm good. And if you're struggling with this at all, any part of this process, I'd love to talk with you and encourage you and support you in your journey. I'm going to be putting a link to my calendar in the chat after this live. And you can click on that and book a 30-minute call with me just to get some encouragement about where you're at in your journey as a sensitive person. They're called Fulfillment Breakthrough Sessions on my calendar. And it's an opportunity for you to see what's the next step for you? How can you move into further acceptance, self-love, empowerment, and being who you are in the world, which really feels fulfilling? So I encourage you to click on that link. I'm going to put it in the chat as soon as I'm done with this video. I thank you for being here, and I'd love to hear your comments in the chat about what you thought about this. Just remember that you are not a mistake, but that you are here for a purpose, and you bring some amazing gifts to the world. Much love. Bye, everybody.